It's the Riot Podcast. This is the Thursday, March 16th edition. Another fundraiser version of the podcast. We're a little bit abbreviated, but still just as good.
It's a skinny podcast.
That's
it's a light one.
Slim down.
So make sure you check out RadioU.com if you could. And if you're a podcast listener who'd like to support the Riot on Radio U, you can donate there during our spring fundraiser and include in the comment section that you're a podcast listener because we love to see that.
So today, during the podcast, we talked about a man who has a wild animal that won't leave its side.
He's made a friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's made quite a friend possibly for life. I don't know how long. It's a crane, as in like the bird.
Yeah.
Like the tall bird, kind of like a flamingo size.
Kind of like a crane.
Yeah, similar to a crane.
How long do those live?
You might have to Google that. That's a good
Google
question. Birds, I think, don't they live for a pretty
They
good amount of
do.
time?
I mean, I know parrots are like one of the, as long as you don't make it fly away, that's one of the birds that can live the longest.
Which is why
Listen
you
to
never
this.
you
This is
never want to
crazy.
accept one because they'll be with you forever.
It says they can last up from 20 to 30 years in the wild, but up to 80 years in captivity.
What?
Oh my gosh.
You're kidding me.
I swear.
Which means they probably die from like natural things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that bird had gotten injured. So this guy
It's going to live
changed
80 years.
This guy changed the course of his this bird's history.
No wonder the bird's following him everywhere.
Now, if you had to have an animal that you nursed
That's what I was going to say.
and say, what would you want? What would you want to then have to take care
to
of
follow you
forever?
around?
Yeah.
But it's like your friend, so it wouldn't hurt you.
It's on your side.
Wouldn't kill you.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo?
kangaroo's a good one.
That's a
Can you
weird
imagine
one.
having a kangaroo backing you up if you got into a scuffle?
But wouldn't it be weird he just stands there next to you?
Would it be weird or would it be awesome?
Because he's just standing on his,
He's
legs.
lurking behind you.
Yeah. Tall and intimidating.
Like Kangaroo Jack.
I think
right.
I want something little. I think I want like a mouse.
Oh.
A mouse.
Like on my shoulder.
Uh-huh.
That kind of just hangs out
Oh,
all the times.
yeah, like the guy in the Green Mile.
Okay, not totally, but sure, yeah.
Maybe something like that. I was thinking
A little lighter than
more
that.
like Stuart Little is what I was
Okay,
kind of
sure.
imagining.
Uh-huh.
But
Except he can talk.
yeah, I wish he could talk. But if I had
Two very
and the
different
mouse too, I think it makes sense because I don't have a very big house.
Yeah.
And so I assume that this animal is probably gonna have to live with me. And so I have plenty of room in the house. And if I have to feed him, I can feed him like a carrot.
Oh, you could have a little pocket mouse.
Mm-hmm. He could just be in my
Aw.
pockets. It'd be cute, and it would the best part was if it like followed me around. If I was like walking around, it was just scurrying behind me.
Now-
Then it would be my little mouse.
It's a good choice, but from the outsider, like looking in, they would think that you're like unclean. And
I
there's
thought
a
you were gonna
mouse
say that I'm
around,
dirty.
And they're just like gonna stomp on him.
I was
one
just
day.
thinking the same
Yeah.
thing. If I have a
So-
rat
Was it
chasing me
Stuart Little's family kind of looked down upon.
for having the mouse.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
remember.
kind of how I remember it. That's
I
usually
remember
how
him
it
not
is.
being very cool. I knew
Yeah.
that.
Which is why we want one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
We-
Nikki's would clearly be a bear.
It is. I was trying to
Yeah.
think if there was something else. I mean, I like seals and penguins,
Oh.
but a penguin, like, they're gross.
they smell bad.
They smell
That's
terrible.
right. And I'd feel bad having a seal follow me around because
Yeah.
they'd have to like
They're
crawl
just-
on the ground all the time.
Just a
I
lot
saw
of
when I went to
noise.
Seattle. I saw seals.
You did?
Another thing on my whale watching trip that I got to see.
Oh.
They were all right.
What do you guys like better, seals, sea lions, or walruses?
I'm never with. I don't know the difference.
Well, the walruses are
have the
the
big tusks.
The tusks. You know, they're really, really, really big.
Seals have the two flippers at the front, and,
And
then,
I always
like,
call them seal
tail.
puppies. So
And then,
Got it.
and then sea lions have like kind of more like they have back leg.
Aren't they kind of
fin
scary?
things. Sea
They
lions?
can be.
Yeah.
They can be pretty
dangerous.
violent, but they're also the ones that do like the tricks.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they do like the shows.
Maybe
So
I'm
they're
with
pretty smart.
seals. I'm gonna lean seals for now.
I think so. I'm not going with walruses.
Why
I mean,
not?
No.
hello. You're
Walruses
like,
are
well,
awesome.
Nikki was pierced by a tusk.
Yeah.
I just trying to think of how would I want to go, and I don't want to go that way. So I
They
don't
look
know.
funny, but not my style. The walrus.
I think they're pretty cool.
they look
And
cool.
What are you
Yeah.
supposed to do? Like put it in the car? I mean, you have to
I
think about
know.
portability, and it have to have its own room.
If you go to an event, you know,
Like, can you watch my walrus this weekend for me?
Exactly.
Oh, he can take care of himself.
just leave him at the house.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
No, he gets his tusk stuck in the wall,
Yeah.
and he's there, and he hasn't been able to move. So I don't know.
Wouldn't that be crazy if that's the researchers they're finding? Like they study walruses. They're like, they always die by getting stuck somewhere at their big tusks.
It could be.
They get like stuck in a rock.
Stuck in a rock, stuck in a tree.
Mm-hmm.
We also talked about TikTok. They're trying to get rid of it again.
The ban.
Again, yeah. One day it's gonna happen.
You think so? You think they can do it?
I think so, yeah.
No, I just think this is how they make noise. So they're making noise to try to get something to happen. And it's probably not completely getting rid of all of its Chinese ownership, but enough of it to where they want some U.S. companies to have stake in it too.
Makes sense.
So they can spy on us too.
So, yeah.
So if you had to get rid of one social media, which one are you picking right now?
The
What do you
Walrus
mean?
app. No.
Like you've got TikTok, you've got like
Delete one?
Twitter. You have to delete one, right?
Twitter.
You're doing Twitter?
Twitter would go. I don't even use Snapchat anymore, so I have it downloaded still, but I would get rid of that too.
Snapchat would be another
Yeah.
one.
I only have Twitter and TikTok that like it wouldn't feel fair for me to say Facebook because I don't actually use it, even though I have one. So
Twitter.
I guess TikTok because I never go on there unless I'm posting something. And it's surprisingly easy to not post things.
But you have much more clout on TikTok than you do on Twitter.
That is true. You are like the clout
I
king
have
on
more
TikTok.
I have more Twitter followers.
Do you?
No one's active.
Yeah.
It's
True.
fine.
I think I would pick, if I had to pick between them, I'm for sure keeping Instagram. That's my number one. Next would probably be Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably cut TikTok.
Yeah.
I like TikTok. And it's a good way for me to waste time at work. But
I
if
knew
I'm
that
not
was
wasting
coming.
time at work, then
It's
I don't need to use it.
also the one that's going to bring our country to its knees. So we need to. We got to delete it, Isaiah.
But if I had to pick one, I'd probably choose LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect choice. And we will remind you, they're all spying us. It's just we want our own to spy on for our own
I know
countries.
Yes,
they're going
exactly.
about it all the wrong way. The government. They should just create their own propaganda app that they can put into China.
That's it.
That's what we got to do.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Again, it's just a bit shorter, a little bit different while we go through our spring fundraiser.
But the
So
intro just as long.
help out at RadioU.com. It makes us feel like it's a normal day.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
See you guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Picture this, Nikki. Picture yourself nursing a giant crane,
Back to health.
the bird back to health. Yeah. And then picture it following you everywhere you go from that moment on.
Oh, I know this guy's story.
You've seen this?
Of course.
Did
If
it-
it's an animal thing on TikTok, then it's going to share it with me.
All right. Did it make you cry?
No, not as much as other. Maybe because it's a crane.
You don't have an emotional attachment to the crane?
If this was like a doggy, like a little puppy, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it's a crazy story out of India where they say that the guy who actually wound up nursing this crane back to health, his name is Mohammed Arif. They say he's like a local celebrity now. Obviously, he would be very well known. You'd know him as the crane guy if you lived around there because he did nurse. They call it a Saris crane. He found it on his farm where it was bleeding profusely from its leg.
Aw, it was in a lot of pain, he said.
So he went ahead and he said, without thinking twice, I picked it up and brought it home and went ahead and healed it all up, which is pretty impressive that he even knew what to do to heal a bird like that. So he did. And once the bird was healthy enough, he's like, okay, you can go. He just, I don't know what you just said.
You can go now. Shush.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Shoo it away. And so he set the bird free, but the bird didn't want to go free. It wanted to stay with Mohammed. And so that's what it's done. And not only does it like live on his farm still and play with him and hang out with him and whatever, but if he does a lot of traveling around the area and whatever. And so he'll hop on his motorcycle and the bird will follow along. The bird will fly behind him and go everywhere he goes.
He's got a little crane.
He's got a buddy.
Child, his
He's got a buddy.
brainchild.
Yeah, that's right. You think that would ever get annoying?
Well, I mean, if it never left or like if it was, they said that the bird likes to even cuddle. So it is pretty aggressive
It's
in its
very
affection
attached.
towards you.
Well, we've all been there,
but it's
haven't
cute.
we? Yeah, it is cute. And it feels like it's a big bird. Like it's the size almost as tall as he is. So it's pretty large. So I think if you had that around, like that could be a little intimidating to other people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, you can act a little tougher because you got a bird back in
You got
your
a
lap.
crane. But, I mean, realize this. If you were injured, someone helped you, and they give you food,
Yeah.
you're not going anywhere.
You're not.
You are sticking around.
You're staying with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're following them everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Because
but
they're going to bring you food back.
For a moment, but if this was a person, it would get a lot more annoying, I think, than if it was a bird.
Yeah, but you could try it. See how long you can go. See how long they let you stay around.
Well, it is a sweet story. It is, and I think the bird is kind of cute. Didn't make me cry though.
No, it's not that type.
No, but it's a very sweet relationship that they have. Well, now make sure that your relationship with Radio U, you keep giving us food, so we'll stick around and follow you everywhere.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
It'd be real nice. Now, we got to talk about it. Yesterday, news finally came out from the horse himself, the horse's mouth itself. Aaron Rodgers. I
was like, is that his nickname?
No,
I was wondering what's happening there.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Because there's so much,
sure.
Rumors had swirled and false reports and possibly true reports. But finally, Aaron Rodgers himself has confirmed that he is planning on joining the New York Jets, leaving the Green Bay Packers. Although some of his comments from yesterday on the Pat McAfee show alluded to the fact that the Packers basically trying to kick him out, which is a lot of reporting has said that along the way as well.
Did it make it seem like he would have then stayed if they would have been nicer, or?
I think that's tough to say.
Too
that's
hard
tough
to say.
No, I want you guys to speculate.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
I'll speculate. I don't think he would have stayed.
You don't think he would have stayed?
I don't think he would have, but he could have. I don't think he would have.
I hope he would have stayed, but him being forced out now gives me somebody to be mad at.
Was he always with the Packers, or was Aaron Rodgers
Always with the Packers.
Oh, that's even harder.
Yeah, that's right. So, what are your guys' reactions?
Why would you go to the Jets, though? I'd want to go someplace warmer.
You think, right? You've been in Green Bay for so long, and then you're going to go to New York. But I
you're
guess
used
New
to
York's
it.
cool, though. It's a cool place to go.
It's a cool city. So
Cool city.
So that's your reaction? You just think New York, not a good city?
He's like, I would have picked Miami, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
I mean, I would have been like, is there an NFL team in the Bahamas, like a different league or something? But no, I just think that's sad if you play for one place and then you're switching over.
Yeah.
And it's hard to.
And then they do you dirty like this.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is such a player. Now you're going to go into a new environment, so he might not have as great of
Oh, he'll thrive.
a season, or
We'll
it's all on
see.
his shoulders.
Yeah, but
I
he's-
think so too. I think that there's like pros and cons to him going to New York. I think that this might work out for the Packers, though.
You think so?
I think this is a good move because as of late, there's been some big stars who have gotten traded, and it's always worked in their favor. Because I think that they could get a good haul from this, like some good picks, maybe a player or so. I don't know exactly what the compensation is going to be, but now
that's
that
still up in the air.
yeah, now that the Jets, because one of the things that Rodgers asked for was one of his wide receivers to go to the Jets as well. And so they went ahead. The Jets already signed him.
Yep.
So the Jets are like, they're all in. So if I'm the Packers, I'm immediately like, oh, you want him? How bad do you want him?
What's
I
it
see
gonna cost ya?
you already have his buddy here, so like you can't like. And if you're the Jets too, you can't blow this. Like especially because Aaron said, I want to go to New York. If they don't end up getting Aaron Rodgers, Jets fans will literally lose their minds for like ever about this. This will be something that goes on forever. So if you're the Packers, I'm like, you know what? You need to just offer it up to me.
Yeah.
Get down here and start praying and just to go ahead and offer me whatever you've got.
It's a crazy scenario for the trade because although the details haven't been announced, like it's got to happen. Aaron Rodgers, but it's like in a way neither team has any leverage because like no other team will trade for Aaron Rodgers at this point. He said he wants to go to the Jets. And a lot of the other teams that he might have gone to have now chosen worse quarterbacks. So he's got nowhere else to go. But the Packers have already kicked him out of town. They don't want him back for some reason. So neither team has, like, you can't just negotiate. You just got to come to an agreement.
I feel bad. This is like when your parents divorce and, you got to, like, are you going to stick with the pack? Who you staying with, your mom or your dad? Where are you going?
Yeah, exactly. Which household?
It's like when your parents divorce and your mom really sucks. So you're going to.
So they're mean.
Yeah. And dad was still doing great. He had one bad year and all of a sudden.
You're breaking up.
And maybe he has a little bit of an attitude problem sometimes. but he's also the best dad in the world. And so you'll follow him anywhere. And maybe one day he'll come back to mom if she apologizes and learns her lesson.
Okay.
Mom is the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I kind of got that feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
So
well,
that's how I feel.
I guess we'll have to find out more about the specifics of the trade, but something will happen.
Yeah, I think, you know what, though? I think Aaron Rodgers, he's got the Jets, they're all in, and that's something I wish the Packers would have done.
Last quick
at some
question.
Point. Yeah.
Are you going to wear anything else Packers again, or are you done with it?
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that
feels
I
like
still
a no.
got, I still got Packers stuff, and so I'm still going to cheer for them. I just think they're in for a tough season. They're in for a tough one.
It's Jordan Love season. If they draft him in the first round, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
You
all the
mean
great
the new
quarterbacks.
mom?
Yeah, the new mom. The new mom.
All the great quarterbacks sit for 4 years.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Stop me if this sounds familiar. The United States is threatening TikTok, threatening to ban TikTok again.
Again?
Doesn't
You're
that sound
right.
familiar?
That happens.
This time it is the Biden administration. Different president than it was the last time this happened, but still same threat that either the company that owns TikTok, ByteDance, either they sell it or it's going to get banned.
So this is different than a few weeks ago when we were talking how the federal government is no longer allowing TikTok to be on a federal issued phone.
Yeah.
So if you work for the government and they're so kind enough to give you a phone, you are not allowed to have it on there. And they say that is a security measure. This is different than that. This means that the United States wants ByteDance to sell TikTok or have they need to diversify their owners to be able to have other people involved in the company. And then if not, it could get banned.
Can you believe how bad this must be? I don't think we really understand.
How much spying there must be on it?
I don't think we
I know.
understand when two different presidents from different political parties, years apart, are both saying the same thing. We've got to get this company off of our phones or out of China, one of the two. We've got to do something. It must be much, much worse than we realize what TikTok is doing.
So they want to force them to sell the Chinese owners the stakes that they have in the company. And if not, then you get a ban.
It's just wild because when I go on TikTok, it's just the most innocent app, I'm just scrolling through there.
That's always how it is.
It's so innocent. I see these dog videos and my sports stuff, and then all of a sudden, they have my social security number.
Have you ever seen, though, Chinese TikTok side? Have you ever seen that?
I've never been on Chinese TikTok, no.
Okay, it's actually a little bit different than the style and how, our version is one way, and theirs, it is pretty close, but it's a lot more propaganda in it than you would think than we get on our side.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I guess they can make you see anything and then just be like, it was the algorithm. It was the algorithm.
Well,
so,
no, we don't get it on this end.
So are you guys?
That's for those that are in China. It's got different levels to it.
Are you ready to just go ahead and delete TikTok now? Because again, if they're threatening this, that must mean it's pretty bad. Shouldn't we just delete it?
No, the ban just means they can't have it in the download store, so you just never delete it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like Flappy Bird.
Doesn't it?
You keep it on the phone,
right.
it's good.
I kept Flappy Bird for a long time. That's
know,
accurate.
right?
But doesn't it worry you, though? Don't you think we should just get rid of it? Don't you think it's the right thing to do?
For me personally, I just am not nervous about it because I just mean so little, what information would they really want from me?
I don't think it's just about you individually. I don't think they're going to, put out a hit on you if you delete it.
Oh, they definitely won't.
Yeah. They're not going to, steal your credit card info, but are they slowly and surely, like Nikki said with the propaganda, poisoning our minds?
They
and
won't
one
get
day
me.
we're going to serve the Chinese Communist Party or something like that.
They'll never get to me.
One day.
Too strong.
Slowly and surely. Yeah, that's right.
It's too strong or we're too
We're
dumb.
too we're too ignorant. Hudson and I just compete every day trying to convince each other of things. There's no way the Chinese government can convince me of anything. Hudson tries every single day.
And I'm much smarter than they
Yeah,
are.
exactly,
Much
exactly.
more manipulative.
And it's just been a part of our lives for so many years that it would just be really weird. And I have that horrible disorder where if someone tells me what to do, I don't want to do it anymore. If you tell me to delete it,
True.
I suddenly really want to watch it even more.
I know, and that's really crazy because say what you want about the government, they don't really ban that many things, especially something that so many people have and do.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gotta suck. It's just gotta suck. That said, I got to go post about Aaron Rodgers on TikTok.
Okay,
So
you know what? Let's not
I'll check
disturb
in with you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
the only place I can do that.
Of course, we'll head back over to Radio U Official on TikTok. There's nothing bad
No
going on
propaganda
there.
there.
While we still can.
It's probably why it doesn't get so many views.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.